Hi everyone and welcome to another lecture of JavaScript. So in this lecture I'm going to teach you how to use the switch statement, which is a very cool feature in JavaScript and you can use to compare very quickly a value and create an action to it or run a piece of code. So the switch statement starts with us creating a variable name equals John. Okay, and now we type switch and then parentheses and curly brackets. Now between the switch we type the variable name, and now depending on the value of the name, of the variable name, we will run code in different cases, okay, or in different conditions. Now you've learned how to use several if statements or else if statements to run different scripts or different lines of code when the condition meets the value. Now to do it more quickly, you can use the switch statement, and we have a name now, a variable, and to compare it now we use case, type case, and then between the double quotes we type, for example, let's type Victor, and then colon, and then you can type an action. So let's type document write the variable is Victor. Now let's type another case, and I'll explain you in just a second. Let me just type this document write the variable is Mark, and here we have type Mark, and I also forgot you have to type here type break and semicolon, and down here we type also break. So what we have here is different actions or different code for each case where we change or the value of the variable is changed. So now we have John. So in case that the variable is John, the code that will run is where we have case John. Okay. So in here, let's type, for example, document write the variable is John. Now every time or for each case we have to type break, so it breaks the code and doesn't run all the code down here. Okay, so if we have John, what happens is JavaScript will run and parse all the code until it reaches something like this, case John. When it reaches case John, it will run the code inside it. So if we type here, for example, Victor, basically it will run this and then it reaches the break here and it stops. Now you can type here break as well, even if this is the last one, so you don't really need the break here. So as you can see, this is a very, very similar way to if statements or to an alternative to if statements, and you type a lot of less code using the switch. Okay, so let's try the code now, and let's save this. Let's try the code and see what happens. And there it is. The variable is Victor. Why? Because it runs this code here. Okay, as you can see, in case that the variable is Victor, run the code that is inside it. Or if we type here Mark, Mark, there it is. Okay, so for each different case, a different result or a different code. Now, you have also something very, very useful for switch statements, which is the default, which means that if none of the case or the cases that you see here is true, okay, so if Victor, Mark, or John, none of them are equal to the variable, run other piece of code. So to do it, you just type default document write and none of the variables or none of the values matches the variable. So let's change this to something like let's Alex, and let's save this. Okay, and there it is. Okay, guys, so this is how you can use different results for one variable, and a good alternative for if-else statements. But if you have any questions at all, just put your question in the comment section, and see you guys later. Bye.